Hey, Mia, you better hide your baby oil.
I'm just playing. You better hide that big-ass forehead. I was just joking.
In 1969's Midnight Cowboy, there is a scene that has become so iconic that it has been used and parodied in pop culture for ages.
Hey! I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Hey, I'm walking here! Wait! I'm walking here! Let's go!
Now, there has been a certain amount of discussion over the years about the truth behind this particular moment, and while we do think it's probably true, we'd still suggest you to do your own research to verify it. While filming, the film's stars Dustin Hoffman and Jon Voight are both in a famous scene where a taxi almost runs them down on the street. Hoffman seems to get visibly annoyed by this, and he smacks the hood of the cab, after which he famously yells,
I'm walking here!
According to Hoffman, this taxi's entrance was not planned at all, so neither he nor Voight were expecting it. The set was not closed, and the cab really almost ran down the two actors. When Hoffman said, "I'm walking here," he probably meant something along the lines of, "Hey, we're filming a movie." Luckily for Hoffman, it turned into one of the most famous film moments ever, as the director made a wise decision to include the blooper.
Hey! Lay your palm flat on that tabletop!
Leonardo DiCaprio is an amazing actor, and one of the marks of having such talent is to keep things moving, even if something unexpected happens on the set. However, in this case, if you happen to be in Kerry Washington's place, you may not have agreed with that saying. During one of the most famous scenes from Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained, Leonardo DiCaprio's character, the deranged slave owner Calvin Candy, slams his hand on a table and cuts it on a glass in a fit of rage. This was a part of the script as it demanded for Calvin to visibly show his anger over realizing Django's and King's plan. Apparently, DiCaprio really did cut his hand and was bleeding too, but chose to keep the scene moving as he had built great momentum. It was a good choice too, because the blood all over Candy's hand only serves to underscore how crazed the man actually is. Now, there's been some debate that the blood he wipes all over Kerry Washington's face is real, but as the story goes, Tarantino was inspired when Leo cut his hand, so he used fake blood for the rest of the scene.
If y'all think my price, this nigga here is too steep.
Number 3, step forward.
Usually, film sets are supposed to be maintaining a serious decorum so that the actors and the crew can give their best performance. However, sometimes a little mistake can help loosen up a set and help people focus even better, such as the case with The Usual Suspects, in which some bathroom humor that helped unlock the key to an iconic scene that is still relevant in 2025. Yes, one of the most memorable moments from this cult classic is the infamous lineup scene, which has been the subject of a lot of behind-the-scenes gossip for some time. According to one of the key writers, Christopher McQuarrie, actor Benicio del Toro could not stop farting for some reason, and this naturally caused all the other actors to break out in laughter. As per reports,
Keith, you cocksucker, what the fuck?
Number 4.
Del Toro farted about 12 takes in a row, which is quite shocking in general, and no one could keep it together. In retrospect, McQuarrie says he thinks the mistake actually improved the scene, making it into the amazing moment it is today. While filming Peter Jackson's epic and legendary The Lord of the Rings trilogy, Sir Ian McKellen often had the difficult task of playing the very tall Gandalf opposite a bunch of very small hobbits. As one would expect, this had led to a few awkward situations, one of which was so funny that it had to be included in the film. While shooting inside Bilbo Baggins' home, Sir McKellen accidentally knocks his head against the top of an archway due to his stature. As per reports, Jackson found the moment so compelling and well acted that he decided to keep it in the movie rather than keeping it aside as a blooper. However, Sir McKellen seems to have a slightly different recollection. According to him, the moment wasn't an accident at all, and he just decided to do it without telling the director. Whatever the case, it's one of the moments that give us such a warm, fuzzy feeling about Gandalf and makes us miss this trilogy even more. Blade Runner has gone on to become one of the biggest cult films in the history of cinema. With actors like Harrison Ford and Daryl Hannah as part of the star cast, you can rest assured that they are all consummate professionals. Having said that, we think it's probably okay to ask to pause a scene if you literally injure yourself while filming it. While making the 1982 science fiction classic, Hannah accidentally smacked her elbow through a window. The moment happens when her character, named Pris, is running away from William Sanderson's character. While on the run, Hannah tripped over one of the many pieces of debris on set and crashed through a nearby car window. Hannah kept going, but she ended up cutting her elbow in multiple places, which would definitely have hurt her a lot. Director Ridley Scott kept the take, which really underscores the anxiety of the chase, and he probably wanted to make sure Hannah's efforts were shown to the world.
Hey, you forgot your bag.
I'm lost.
Don't worry, I won't hurt you.
Hey, Mia, you better hide your baby oil.
I'm just playing. You better hide that big-ass forehead. I was just joking.
The Fast and the Furious franchise is not really known for being a complex series of films.
Here's your girl.
But just like any other movie, it also has some bloopers. Sometimes good improv leads to another actor making a mistake, or reacting in a way that the script did not predict. But then again, you might just end up keeping both in the final cut if they happen to work. Towards the end of Fast and Furious 6, the crew gathers together for a little family cookout to celebrate their accomplishments. Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, arrives at the cookout where he improvises a funny line. In a quick comeback that no other actor knew was coming, The Rock makes fun of Tyrese Gibson's character's forehead with a rather unforgiving statement. Ludacris reacts to this line by spitting out his drink, and yes, he was reacting in real time to The Rock's sick burn. It so happened that the take was so funny, it made the final cut. Tom Cruise is a global superstar who has made a name for himself as a guy who likes to do all of his own stunts.
You're riding a motorcycle, which is pretty dangerous, on top of a ramp.
Unfortunately, in Mission Impossible 2, he accidentally took things a bit too far for his co-star's own liking in a famous fight sequence that includes a knife centimeters away from Cruise's eye. The blockbuster actor actually kicked his fight partner in the face. Yes, you heard that right. Cruise placed a roundhouse kick squarely on Doug Ray Scott's jaw, knocking the Scottish actor back for real. If you pay close attention, you can see Cruise react in horror to his mistake. He felt really bad about what he had done, but apparently, no one else on set was horrified enough to leave it outside of the final cut. After all, the director felt it added a strong, raw element to the fight, and he wanted the audience to experience it.
Take over.
The Stormtroopers are infamously known as the frightening minion-like army of the Empire. In the Star Wars franchise, they're supposed to be evil personified, which makes this clumsy misstep all the more enjoyable to watch. In the first ever film, A New Hope, there's a scene where a group of Stormtroopers enters a control room. One of them isn't quite as smooth as the others, and audibly hits his head onto the doorway with a loud bonk.
Take over.
Which is funny just by virtue of the sound. The incident has been confirmed to be an accident, with many of the actors claiming fault for the headbang over the years.
Wow, you really do shoot like a stormtrooper.
I can't see!
Personally speaking, I don't know if a bunch of people lied about their role as the trooper, or if there were a bunch of scenes of stormtroopers hitting their heads left on the cutting room floor. All I can say is that I'm hoping it's the latter. Like, share, and subscribe if you like this clip, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Okay then, see you soon!